sure to check out Agelessgeeks for your figures and collectibles. This video and YouTube channel is rated PG-13, so that means this channel is not for anyone under the age of 13. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? One18 here, and today in this video we will be taking a look at the figure who had the second most votes from the poll of what figures you wanted me to review that I've never reviewed, and that is the Mezco Toyz 112 Collective regular release Doctor Strange. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. So as you can see, we do get the basic style box when it comes to Mezco's regular releases. So on the slipcover here on the front on the top does say Doctor Strange. Then we do get the Sanctum Sanctorum symbol or something like that. I don't even know if I pronounced that correctly. Then the bottom says 112 Collective Post-Play Display and Marvel. And then the bottom of the actual box here, we do get the warning and blah 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 stuff nobody cares about. Then here's the top of the box. And then both sides of the sleeve have the same thing on there. Then the back of the sleeve, we do get a bunch of promotional shots along with all the accessories included with the good doctor here. Then you can remove the slipcover, and it does have the window, and since I don't have anything in there, it would display the figure and the accessories, but like I said, nothing is in there because everything's out right now. Then the sides of the box is 112 Collective. Then the back, we do get the giant Mezco Toyz logo. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open, and whoops, it's actually already open, as I didn't mention before. So let's take a closer detailed look at the Doctor. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look at Doctor Strange here, and I just love this one because the cape looks so dope, but there is some issues with the cape which I will go over during the articulation, but you can see what it looks like on the figure here. It does look very nice. We'll go over that and next during the articulation. So the figure here looks great. It does have some very nice detail work to it, and then the cloth clothing I think turned out pretty good too. The head sculpt looks fantastic, same one we've been getting with all the other Doctor Strange figures that they have released. Very clean paintwork all throughout it, on the mustache, the eyes, eyebrows and everything, and even on the hair as well, and very nice sculpt work on the hair also. And then the collar piece here I just noticed, but they have like a thin piece of metal in there, like aluminum foil or something, so you can pose the collar around, which is pretty cool actually. I do like that they did that. And we do have the Eye of Agamotto right there, I believe, and you do have an interchangeable one where it's opened. And then they added this design on the front of his shirt there, which looks pretty cool actually. I dig the way that looks, and then I like the way the lines look too. That looks pretty dope. And the material the cloth is made out of, it's like a stretchy type material, which is definitely good for 6-inch scale figures. And you can see they left enough bagginess on the arm, which is pretty cool. And then we do have this sash here that's like a glittery type gold, and I do wish, I mean, it's just a thin piece of fabric. I wish they added bendy wire on it, you know what I mean? I think that would have been dope to pose it around along with the cape. And it is a separate piece, so you can move it up and down to your liking. And then the back there, the stitching looks great on the cloth clothing, as you can see there. And then I do dig the way the gloves look, has that leopardy type look to it. And this is a more classic looking Doctor Strange here. And then the pants here, I like the design that they put all throughout it. It's not just some plain black pants. They did add like a design all throughout it, as you can see there, which looks really cool actually. You can see where the stitching's at, and his pants are connected down through his feet, kind of like the black suit Spider-Man. And then the bottom of them, not much going on besides a couple peg holes there. So overall, I think Mezco did do a nice job with the cloth clothing. The pants are a very elastic type material too, which is definitely a good thing. But the cloth clothing I think turned out great. Yeah, it would have been nice if they added bendy wire on the sash there, but the clothing looks great, and I do like how they added that thin sheet of metal in the collar so you can pose it around. You can pose it up or pose it down, and the where you see sculpt and paint detail, like usual with Mezco, they did an awesome job with it. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we got a decent amount of stuff included with this regular release. Doctor Strange, I am a little disappointed because there's no alternate faces. I don't think we got any with any of the 3 Doctor Strange figures that they did release, and you think if they would have gave alternate faces, it would have been with the regular release here. So that's kind of mind-baffling to me. I don't know why we only just got the one head with Doctor Strange. Same with the hands. They only gave us 6 alternate hands. They at least could have gave us another pair or 2. But what we do get, we do of course get the Mezco bag here in case you want to store your accessories in there. And then we do get the Mezco stand. It does have a peg on it in case you want to peg your figure on the stand, or you can make the stand, unpeg that, and then just put the arm and the clamp on there, and you do have the Mezco stand there. So we do get that stuff, and then we also get his cape. Alright, so we do get his cape here, and it does have a very nice cape span to it. As I mentioned before, we have bendy wire running down the sides, but there's none on the bottom for some reason. I just find that a huge missed opportunity right there. You can try to put some of your own in and maybe try to sew it, because it's just all open. I did have a huge issue with mine. As you can see, I did have to put some fabric glue on there. You can see it left like wet marks kind of, but I had to throw some fabric glue on there. A picture should pop up of what happened. The bendy wire was coming out everywhere. It's like, what the hell is that all about? All they did was glue it. They didn't stitch it, so it's not securely on there. And it even when I first got the cape, it felt harder on the edges, so I know they did try to glue it, but whatever glue they used, as you can see right here, some of the bendy wires coming out. What the hell is going on? That's what I'm talking about. That should not be happening at all. I don't know why the bendy wire is coming out of there, so not too happy with what happened with that. We do have two magnets up here. That's how you connect the cape, which is a really smart idea. Then we do have bendy wire up by the collar as well, and the collar looks pretty cool, man. They did a nice job with how the cape looks. I like the silky red fabric they chose, and the gold with the black line design looks pretty cool on the ends of the cape as well. It's just that ridiculous issue with the bendy wire just sliding out. They didn't use enough glue. I feel like they should have just stitched it, because that would have kept the bendy wire in there and kept it more secure in the cape, you know what I mean? But the way you get the cape on, it just magnetizes right on. There's magnets inside of him right around there. But it looks dope once you have it on him, and I like how you could pose around the collar. Whoops. As well. But it definitely is a cool cape. They just didn't do something smart with the bendy wire. I'm not happy with how it's popping out. I had to fix it myself, and that should not be happening with an $80 figure, man. But we do get the cool Doctor Strange cape. And then we also get an interchangeable Eye of Agamotto piece, and then we do get two magic effects along with his astral projection effect as well. So we do get the Eye of Agamotto where it's opened, and I really dig the way this looks. It's a green translucent plastic, does look like an eye there, and all you do is just unpeg the one on there and peg this in, which I will show you shortly. So we do get that, and then we do get the dope. These accessories are the best accessories with all the Doctor Strange figures, the magic effects here. These things are beautifully done, man. I love that color blue that they used for this one, and I dig the way this yellow looks, and it looks like there's a little bit of green in it here and there, which looks really nice. But just the mold or the sculpt detail alone on these, beautiful work, man. These are so cool looking, and you can tell they are translucent plastic as well. And the way you get them on, they're open in one side, so you just open that a little bit, slide his arm and hand through, and it's pretty simple to do. And then you do the same thing with this one as well, and I'll show you how to do that shortly also. So we do get the beautifully done magic effects, and then we do get the astral projection effect here, which looks pretty cool, man. It's not too bad. You can see it's just a clear plastic, but you can see like the sculpt of Doctor Strange's face on there with his collar and everything, the Eye of Agamotto as well. Pretty cool looking accessory. And the way you get this on, you just peg it onto the top of the arm right here, and then that's how you do that. And you would peg them on the stand or something like that. Not peg them, you would put them on the stand or something like that. So that's how that effect works. And I'll show you what these look like and how to swap out the Eye of Agamotto right now quickly. Alright, so the way you swap out the Eye of Agamotto right there, if you look at the peg, as you can see, it's a regular peg halfway through, and then it is shaped a specific way halfway down. So you got to make sure you peg it in properly. What I do is I dig my fingernails under it, I kind of pop it out and then swivel it a little bit, and it pops right out. And you can see it is shaped a specific way there. That would be pretty cool if they did something like that with an Iron Man figure because of his arc reactor and everything. I know you guys probably understood what I meant by that, but all you got to do is just peg this in and line up the peg properly there, and then there you go, as simple as that. And that Eye of Agamotto, the open one, does look much cooler on there. So that's how you swap the Eye of Agamotto. Now the way you get on one of these effects, like I said, it's very easy. There's a little opening there for his arm to get through. So what I do is I open it up a little bit, I slide whatever hand I have on in there, so it's like he's projecting the effect out from his hand, and then you just wrap that piece around his arm, and then there you go. As simple as that to get one of the effects on. And I'm telling you, man, these effects are so damn cool, damn it. So that's how you get those accessories on. And then he is also included with 6 alternate hands. And starting on the top here, we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging. Then we get one right open palm type hand. Then we do get one left karate chop type hand. Then we do get 2 magic using style hands. And they're both doing different gestures, as you can see there. But what really irritates me about the hands with this figure, why couldn't we have gotten a pair of the open hands and then a pair, maybe these hands or something like that? You know what I mean? Why couldn't we have gotten a pair of each one of these hands? I don't know why we got one of these, one of those, one of that, and one of that. It's a bit disappointing. And when you see their figures like Batman or even Moon Knight and other figures, they get tons of hands, and Doctor Strange only got 6 of them. So I do find that a bit disappointing that we got a bit gypped with alternate hands for this figure here, but they are pretty simple to swap out. And we do have some very nice sculpt detail throughout all 6 of them, but like I said, they are pretty simple to swap out. But his wrist pegs, look how thin the wrist peg is, so be extra cautious and careful when you swap the hands with this Doctor Strange, because like what Daredevil 19 always says, when it's easy to swap the hands, that's a good thing, because you don't want to risk breaking a wrist joint on your figurine. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Doctor Strange. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Stephen Strange, to the very top of his hair, it looks like he's a little bit over 6.5 inches tall. And then here he is compared to some other Mezco 112 figures. So we have Logan, Magneto, Hal Jordan Green Lantern, and the Silver Knight Batman. And I do like how Doctor Strange is taller than all these other Mezco 112 figures. And then here he is compared to the Hasbro Marvel Legends Doctor Doom, the Mafex comic version Deadpool, and the Mezco 112 Vigilante suit Daredevil, and the Netflix Punisher. And then here he is compared to the Hasbro Marvel Legends Big Time Spider-Man, the SH Figure Arts Infinity War Thanos, Infinity War Black Widow, and the Infinity War Hulk. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectibles Sector, the Marvel Legends Retro Series Deadpool, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku, and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and both collars are articulated. We do have bendy wire in the cape collar, and then we do have like a sheet of like aluminum foil or something in the collar on his shirt. And then we do have bendy wire running down just the sides of the cape, so you can pose that stuff around, and it's always a plus when they put bendy wire in a cloth cape. So we do get 2 joints at the neck here. With both joints, you can get them to look directly down, which is definitely good. Does look up really well also. You do get very nice pivot at the upper neck, a little bit of pivot at the lower neck, and then both joints do swivel as well. Then we do get a torso joint and a waist joint here, and with both those joints, yeah, Doctor Strange really does not crunch forward too much, and both those joints going back, he goes back much better than going forward. And then we do get decent pivot out of the torso, and then it also does swivel. A little bit of torso at the waist, and the waist won't swivel on my figure. Then the shoulders here, we do have these single jointed elbows, and there's no, it seems like there is like a butterfly joint in there, but it really does not move at all. So the arms do go out to the sides a lot more than 90 degrees, so that is definitely awesome. They do go up and down. No bicep swivel. You will have to use it at the shoulder, or you could use it at the bad single jointed elbows that don't even bend in 90 degrees, but you do get the swivel there. I can't stand when they use these single jointed elbows. Then we do have a ball hinge on the wrist, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth there. Now for the legs here, Doctor Strange can kick forward pretty much 90 degrees, so that's definitely good. Goes to the back about 45 degrees, maybe a little bit more. Then let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it and I'm not going to do it because I don't want to rip his pants there, and he almost can actually. So decent leg movement with Strange here, or pretty good leg movement actually. Then we do get a very nice hip swivel. We do have double jointed knees that do bend back pretty much all the way. Then the ankles here, they do swivel. They hinge up really well, hinge down extremely well. And then since it's a ball hinge, I believe, you can pretty much get a 90-degree bend ankle pivot there, but you do have to move the joint so it's going side to side there. So overall, he doesn't have the best Mezco articulation. We have the bad single jointed elbows, no bicep swivel at the shoulder or anything. The torso joint it's pretty basic when it comes to Mezco, but you'll still be able to get this Doctor Strange into some pretty cool Doctor Strange like poses, and I'm about to show you some of those poses right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Mezco Toyz 112 Collective Doctor Strange. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure with detail, I'd give it an even 9. Articulation, I'd give it a 7. Accessories, I'd give it a 7.5. And then the overall quality, I would give an even 7. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, so you can check on their website at agelessgeeks.com. And when you check out, use code name Daredevil, and you will get yourself a bit of a discount. If you can't find something on the website, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. Second most votes of the poll I made for what figures you wanted me at the second most voted figure for what all of you voted. Damn it. So as you can see here, we do have the basic blah blah. So on the sleeve here on the front on the top to say Doctor Strange, we do get the Doctor blah blah boo. We do have the warning and blah 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 stuff nobody cares about. Then here's the top of the box, the one. Oh damn it. Meant to say both sides of the slipcover. Damn it. 112 figures. So we do have Logan. Logan? Did I say Logan weird? Sound like I did. The Storm Collectible Sector, the Marvel Alright, so the way you swap. Whoops, you little bastard.